6 hacks that me and my students are using right now, and we use them every year to make more profit in our small businesses. My name is Chris Schwab, and I'm a local business owner and a coach specializing in helping small business owners build a balanced and efficient business. Just a real quick note before I share with you the 6 hacks I use to grow my small business, I want to just ask that you subscribe to this channel. And if you do, I'll give you access to real-life case studies from students and fellow business owners who are building their own businesses in real time. I'll give you battle-tested growth strategy that me and my students are using nationwide and even worldwide in 12 different countries to build their businesses. And I'll share with you expert interviews from industry leaders that you're not going to find anywhere else on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 hacks that me and my students are using right now, and we use them every year to make more profit in our small businesses. And some of these you might think are very common, but others I think you're not going to have heard in other places before, but they'll make a very big difference to what you take home at the end of each month and each year in your business. The first hack is the most simple. It's a price increase. Often when I talk to students who join me later on, after already having had a business, I find that they have been too afraid to increase their prices, and they haven't increased them in years. Or if they have increased them, they may have increased them for new customers, but kept their old customers on the old rate. This is a problem because of inflation. You hear about it talked in the news all the time, but as everything else slowly gets more expensive, if you choose to not get more expensive, you're actually costing yourself and your employees a lot of money that you could otherwise be earning. So I counsel everyone to do a yearly price increase, even if it's a small one, even if it's just 2 or 3%, you should be doing a yearly price increase to ensure that you're gaining profitability rather than losing profitability. It can often be a fine line between the two, and you want to make sure that you're on the profitable rather than the unprofitable side. I have a separate video I'll link in the comments for you on how I personally do price increases to both my existing and new customers. And it's a very helpful, very simple strategy that you can implement in a single afternoon. The second strategy I want to share with you is upsells. An upsell in sales language is when you are selling a product to a customer and then you offer an additional product on top of that for them. In my cleaning business, for example, I sell house cleaning to homeowners. And when they book with us on the phone, we may upsell them on additional services such as cleaning their oven or cleaning inside their windows or their blinds. Things that are not included in our standard cleaning checklist, but that they can upgrade if they want to include and have a deeper clean. We sell those for additional money on top. And one of the things I found most helpful is finding the right timing to sell those additional services to my customers on. Most people try and do it all on the initial call. A customer calls, they try and book cleaning with me, and then I try and upsell them on everything. But they don't like that because there's a huge bill all in one go at the same time then. Instead, what we do is we change the time where we offer them those additional services. We'll get them booked in our system right away, and then the evening before their cleaning or the morning of their cleaning schedule, we'll actually text them a real quick note and say, hey, we know you booked a standard clean, but we just wanted to let you know our team has a little extra time today. If you'd like, we could also clean the blinds for an extra $30. Would you like us to add that onto your cleaning? And we find those simple texts and communications right before the clean are very effective strategy for maximizing the value of each customer's booking. And this allows us to get pure profit where we otherwise would have not gotten. When we do that for every job, at the end of each month, it's really adding up to a lot of additional income for us. The third one is to add additional services that you don't offer by partnering up with local providers. For example, my cleaning company, every spring cleaning season in March, April, and May, will team up with local home organizers, local carpet cleaners, and local window cleaners to offer a 2-in-1 or a 3-in-1 service to our customers. Some customers want a really deep, thorough whole home cleaning inside and outside the home, but we just do residential cleaning. So previously, we had to say, no, I'm sorry, we don't offer carpet cleaning. I'm sorry, we don't do home organizing. That's a separate service. But we actually went out into our community and sought out highly skilled technicians in those services, and we established partnerships with them where we go to them every year, we get the business, and then we split the profit on those jobs with them. And these jobs can turn a $200 job into a $2,000 job because some of these are very high ticket services. So consider partnerships in your industry that you could team up with to offer additional services to your customers. And the fourth one I want to talk about is related But it's an honest conversation that you have to have with yourself. We all have a lot of subscriptions nowadays. We all have a lot of softwares and marketing softwares and different advertising methods that we're paying for. So when you look at your bill every month, you may feel sometimes like you're drowning in numbers and bills. I've certainly felt that. And one of the things I do every year now is I look at all the monthly subscriptions that I have and I see, okay, what's essential and what's not. I've gotten to the point where most everything is essential now, so I can't really cut out services entirely. But what you can do instead is message those service and software providers and let them know, hey, look, I like using your service and I want to continue using it, but right now funds are a little tight. We're looking at our profit margins and we know we have to increase them to continue in business in good stead. Could we continue using your service, but at a reduced rate? Would it be possible for us to get a permanent 15% discount off our monthly rate? And if you do this, you'll find that many software companies and many service providers that you work with, whether that's your SEO guy or your marketing guy or your website guy, they'll be happy to do that. They'd rather give you that monthly discount and allow you to increase your profit margins than lose you entirely and have to go through the process of finding a new customer to replace you. They're also business owners and they also understand how costly it is to acquire a new customer. So just have an honest conversation with them about your bills and they'll be very happy most of the time to build in a small permanent discount for you. And you've just immediately increased your profit again. And the fifth one, this might be the biggest for us personally, is to develop a comprehensive referral system that encourages your existing customers to actually refer new business to you. And I'll do a whole separate video with my strategy for this for you. It applies to any service business, not just a cleaning business. And it's so important because marketing is getting more and more expensive every day, especially on these big platforms like Google AdWords and Facebook ads, that our customer acquisition cost is just growing and growing and growing, making it harder to be profitable on an account. So for us, referrals, where we don't actually have to pay anything additional to get that new customer, are the gold standard for customer acquisition because your acquisition cost is $0. Or it might be a small referral gift to a customer if you have that in place. This is so huge that in my other company, my virtual assistant agency, we've gained more than $1 million in referral business since we started 7 years ago. This is an enormous amount of money and it's not all profit, but it's an enormous amount of money and customers to acquire for free because our other existing customers were so happy with our services that they actually wanted to recommend us to their friends free of charge. And that cost us $0 to bring all that extra money. And the final one is a very quick one, is to get a bookkeeper. You probably don't know your numbers in depth, or if you do, you're spending too much time on them when you could be spending time growing the business instead. I'm not going to spend any time having to justify this one because I think you know that it's a good idea already, but get a solid bookkeeper who will go through your numbers monthly and quarterly with you and who will let you know where you stand on your profitability, your customer acquisition costs, your KPIs, who will help inform you on what you should do next to increase your profitability. Having a bookkeeper in place is so essential. So those are the 6 best hacks I can share with you right now. And if you apply even 2 of them, I promise you will see a noticeable difference in your take-home pay as an owner at the end of every month, end of every quarter, and at the end of every year when you pay hopefully more in taxes because you've earned more in income. The final thing before I catch you in the next video is I have a question for you. Do you have a profit increasing hack that you use in your business that you'd like to share with everyone in the comments? I know I would like to hear what you have to say because I want to also increase the profit in my businesses too. I may coach others on this, but I'm always a student too. So I want to hear what you have to say. Please let me know in the comments if you have a hack that you've been using that's massively increased the profit that others might benefit from. If you do that, what I can do is I can share those with others so they can also benefit. Catch you in the next video.